Hello and welcome everybody to another series here from the RSL. It is Trigger in the bottom right, and in the top left we have Classic, one of the best Protoss players in the whole world, and definitely someone in competition for even maybe best player. But he has been dropped off a little bit recently. He's been looking too hot. But, I mean, he did win 2 times the RSL last year. He did win 2nd spot. He was runner-up at the Esports World Championship. And it was just an amazing year, 2025 for Classic. It could have been even a little bit better if he would have won the Esports World Championship, of course, if he would have won all 3 seasons of RSL and the offline finals. He still did have incredibly deep runs. I think he was round of 4 in season 3, and in the offline he was in the finals. It might have been in the 3rd spot, not exactly sure, but he did a really good run there as well. So, Trigger, of course, on the other hand, he's like a prodigy. He is just hitting his stride. Like, he's getting better and better still, and it's insane to see. Like, he sometimes is very passive, not really passive, but I guess defensive, and sometimes he's just incredibly aggressive. And especially in this matchup, he likes to do aggressive stuff, and he has amazing micro. Like, it's not even close. There are only a few people who can match him in his blink micro, and those are like Hero. Those are, what is Parting doing, by the way? Classic would be one of them though, right? So you want to be careful here as Trigger against Classic, I guess. And he's already sending out a scouting probe here to check the map. Funnily enough, Classic is kind of doing the same. He even has 2 probes around checking stuff. He sees the Nexus, like, alright man. And he keeps the probe kind of hidden here. Now what's that gonna do? It's just gonna come in for a later scout. It will confirm the Nexus now. It would check the units. He was probably kind of calculating on a little bit of a move out, but in the end the probe gets found. It does explode indeed, and the Adepts get caught. Oh, that's a bad mistake here. Classic, that should have not happened. And he might lose an Adept for this one. He's not gonna get the sentry, no. See? Oh man. So that's a big mistake actually here. Classic already losing an Adept for nothing there. He should have cancelled the Shade, of course, and send in another one to see if he can get in. And yeah, 1 Adept is not scary. Like, you don't even build, like, yeah, he pulled away the probe. He knows. You just stand in your base. It's like, alright man, 1 Adept come in. We're gonna kill you so fast. He even took some damage, right? So that thing is like a nuisance now only for scouting, but that's it. It's a liability now for Classic as well. Classic has a robotics, but in the funniest spot. Like, this is a funny spot inside the base, and he has something set up here for vision. Like, this position can be crazy. Not as much in this matchup, I guess, but oh, we've seen Oracle come in. Oracle coming in, but Trigger isn't really reacting to this one. It's an hallucination. I think he knows this. And yeah, it's not doing anything, so there you go. Now the Phoenix still hasn't seen the Robo, and he faked the building, by the way. He faked the building. And that means going into a 2nd base immediately here. Recall into the main base now. See, Adept made it in, but that exposes the natural. A lot of damage being dealt there right now. Double Adept are firing down the probes. 6 probes have fallen already here. Finally, we've got some re-damage on the other side as well, but man, the probes are fast to pull the trigger here. 4 probes do fall against 9. 10 on the other side, still counting here. These Adepts have done God's work for Classic. In the end, they do get taken out, but that's a big lead for Classic now. The issue though is that 3rd base, it got up, like, it's there. And Classic, he's just making pylons here right now. He has no base on the way. He's going actually into a very aggressive stance. He has an Immortal, he has sentries already gathering some energy. And he might just warp in some gateway units and go at it. But honestly, he doesn't really have the gateway count. We're only looking at 2. He's just making Immortals, Stalkers now. Not really adding more infrastructure. He's a little bit afraid that the push comes to shove into his court, and that's exactly what's happening here right now. Trigger getting caught though a little bit too early there before Blink, unfortunately. Even though he had the vision with the Phoenix, that was kind of funny. I guess it wasn't really in position, so he did not actually have the vision. And he snipes the sentry, that's some good micro. But again, Adepts in the natural, oh my god. Classic, after an initial kind of bungle there a little bit on the execution with the first few Adepts, the follow-up, it's insane. They're just ravaging the mineral line, and the aggression is on, but does Classic overextend here? Does he just have a little bit too few units to actually pull through? The Immortal there gets targeted, that's the fake one, unfortunately for Trigger. He targets the other Immortal, but man, like 2 Immortals still have so much damage. In the end though, man, this army, it's just not strong. But Trigger lost another 15 probes. He still has the space up, and we're finally getting here for Classic. Classic has been just like mining at home. Triggers additional workers. They are rallied to the 3rd base, so they just keep on dying. They just run into their deaths. We have a 2nd Immortal joining again. Is Classic just gonna push him over here? That might be the case. Oh, Trigger actually helping him, shooting his own Nexus a little bit. It's like, man, I really wanna... I wish I never made this one. But I feel like with the Nexus falling, the game should be over, and indeed it is. Classic takes the lead. Alright, so let's hop into the 2nd map here with no further delay, and there we go. It's 1-0 for this guy. In the bottom left, it is Classic. In the top right, we do have Trigger, who has to come back here in this best of 3, or he will be down in the losers bracket already. After I praised his PvP to be so incredibly good, the micro and everything, he makes some very solid decisions as well. I mean, you could see glimpses of his brilliance in the last game, where he was holding on quite fairly well there for a while against that Immortal push. I mean, Immortals against Stalkers and you're still holding on. That's pretty impressive. But he fell apart to the harassment. He fell apart to the Adepts, the multi-prong. He didn't really have enough stuff in position. He wasn't sure what's going on. He scouted that Robo so late in the Robo units that in the end, like, I'm not sure if you actually... Yeah, you can go Blink, of course, always. But maybe he plays it without that fast Nexus, you know? Maybe he plays it a little bit different. A few more gateways first, and then the Nexus, to have that production up and running. Again, both players with that 2-gate expand. Classic setting up a proxy pylon. Trigger might see this. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god. It's like... No, it's literally half a pixel. Crazy. Okay, so he doesn't see it, and that might be the end of the game. We don't know. So he is not gonna find the Robo. It would have been the end of the game the other way around. I mean, maybe not as drastically, but if he finds it now, like, it is kind of game over if he can get that pylon killed off before any units to come out, for example, stuff like that. That's a pretty... yeah, pretty heavy death blow to a proxy strategy, you know. Pylon going up. Of course, this is a little bit of a fake. He kind of wants him to make a Nexus, but you need to block this because, like, you block it if you have a probe around. You just need to do it. It's still a good tactic, I think, to just delay it, right? You want him to make the Nexus, but you don't want him to be efficient in that way, so it's still fun. Is Classic gonna make a Nexus himself? No, he's posturing for it. And he will not kill the probe. I'm not sure if I like this. He shows the 2 adepts. He has 2 more adepts over there. This is a prism with 4 adepts. That's gonna be it. Trigger going down again. It's like, wait, you don't have a Nexus yet? And that's when the Shades already come in. Gonna throw down another pylon. The Robo is on the way. Can he defend against this? It's gonna be multi-prong. So, Shades in the main and Shades in the natural. The issue is there is no natural yet, so... Maybe Classic a little bit too aggressive with his blocking. He will kill a couple and will get out with 1. He kills 3. 1 adept for 3 probes is fine, but it's not gonna be enough at this stage of the game. He is chrono boosting out some immortals though. The first one's already done. Probably gonna see chrono boost very soon there on that second immortal. And he's gonna bring the sentries now. Is he gonna force field trigger into his main base? Oh, he might just drop him. Yeah, so he has 2 units down right now. He's gonna kill the ship battery because Trigger can't defend it. He's sitting on his high ground. Now he's gonna recall this. And Classic would just walk back, and he could go up, but he actually doesn't have enough sentry energy, so he can't drop another force field. So we'll just let this run out. There's another sentry, but it's just a little bit too late. Oh my god. So he does drop a ramp on the... a force field on the ramp. And he will get the immortal. There's another force field to back this up. Another one on the ramp. So yeah. Trigger's units just can't get home. And of course recall still is not available. The prism isn't there yet. 2 immortals, so many sentries and adepts. And it's just a bunch of units down there which can't fight right now because he can't make it up. Now finally he gets the prism into the fight, but look at the firepower here from Classic already. Killing so many probes here, of course adepts are amazing against probes. And that's, I guess, all she wrote here. Congrats to the force field trap, but everything... Oh, he even powers it up with the prism to get out the immortal. He really wants to get out the immortal. He wants to live. He wants to... I mean, he has 2 Nexi. He's still mining here on the low ground. Can he make it happen? I don't think so. Last immortal, last chance. Now immortals against immortals here. GG is gonna be called. And Classic takes the series. GG's. And make sure to hit the sub button. Thank you. Also hit the like. Just help me with that algorithm. See you next one. Peace.